Nicholas, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be back.
I promised you last week that you could come back on for a little bit of well-deserved celebration if Labor got shunted. To be honest, I had my doubts, but here we are. What's it like to shed the socialist shackles of the Ardern legacy?
Well, I'm not sure if shuntled is a sufficient adjective. You could have shafted, you could have annihilated, destroyed, anything will serve. Yeah, from 2020 to go from an unprecedented majority of, I think it was 65 seats, reduced down to 66 seats, reduced down to 34 or 35 now, is an extraordinary turnaround. So, yeah, it feels very different all of a sudden, attitudinally across the ditch. Which is one of those hard things to quantify, but it just sort of feels that way. And when you combine it with the sudden reversal of fortunes in the World Cup, then it suddenly feels like the sun has kind of risen slightly.
It is a little bit like the clouds are breaking up from the last storm when there are flickers of light coming through, and we're starting to see New Zealand re-emerge on the distance. But well, give us a bit of an overview. What's the final result shaping up to? Because surely you guys are getting toward the end of your counting now. I know it takes you longer than everybody else on the planet to find out your results, but are you getting there now?
Yeah, it's we seem to have an unaccountable number of slackers who choose to vote in a different way. I don't quite know why it is, and for some reason, these other uncounted votes tend to shade slightly left, whereas usually in this sort of situation, it tends to be overseas military personnel or diplomatic people, overseas citizens. So that's a strange anomaly. But on election night, it looked like the centre-right bloc had won outright. But now it looks like, as these specials come in, the National Party campaign manager has essentially said that it's going to slip away to maybe still needing one seat, perhaps two, which would involve old Winston Peters, our 78-year-old maverick, to once again step in and weave whatever magic spells he can.